everyone, my name is Merisa Sirait from Class B English Literature, University of Sumatera Utara. Today, I will give a brief presentation about Chomsky's language acquisition theory. Chomsky's theory is called the innateness hypothesis, postulates that children are innately born with a sense of language and grammar. Chomsky concluded that children must have an inborn faculty for language acquisition. According to this theory, the process is biologically determined. The human species has evolved a brain whose neural circuits contain linguistic information at birth. The child's natural predisposition to learn language is triggered by hearing speech, and the child's brain is able to interpret what they hear according to the underlying principles or structures it already contains. This natural faculty has become known as the language acquisition device, or LAD. He stated that all human languages share common principles. It is the child's task to establish how the specific language they hear expresses these underlying principles. For example, the LAD already contains the concept of verb tense. By listening to such forms as word, played, and patted, the child will form the hypothesis that the past tense of verbs is formed by adding the sound d, t, or ed to the base form. Here are some evidence to support the innateness theory. Human anatomy is peculiarly adapted to the production of speech. Unlike our nearest relatives, the great apes, we have evolved a vocal tract, which allows the precise articulation of a wide repertoire of vocal sounds. Neuroscience has also identified specific areas of the brain with distinctly linguistic functions, notably Broca's area and Wernicke's area. Second, the formation of Creole varieties of English appears to be the result of the LAD at work. People who lived together, but originally from different language groups, were forced to communicate in their very limited English. The result was the restricted form of language known as a pidgin. The children of these people turned the pidgin into a full language, known by linguists as a Creole. Third, studies of the sign languages used by the deaf have shown that, far from being crude gestures replacing spoken words, these are complex, fully grammatical languages in their own right. A sign language may exist in several dialects. Children learning to sign as a first language pass through similar stages to hearing children learning spoken language. Deprived of speech, the urge to communicate is realized through a manual system which fulfills the same function. Here are some criticisms of Chomsky's model. First, there is a lack of evidence to support the theory. Second, the theory offers a hypothetical explanation, and we do not know where the LAD is located. Third, the model ignores the importance of social interaction. Fourth, the model cannot explain why individuals with certain learning disabilities, such as Down syndrome, have delayed language. Fifth, the idea that language is ingrained or programmed genetically within us does not appeal to everyone, though it is quite acceptable. There have been several arguments made in attempts to refute Chomsky's hypothesis. Conclusion: Chomsky based his theory on the idea that all languages contain similar structures and rules, or can be called as a universal grammar, and the fact that children everywhere acquire language the same way and without much effort seems to indicate that we're born wired with the basics already present in our brains. Although not everyone agrees with Chomsky's theory, it continues to have a profound influence on how we think about language acquisition today. That's all for my presentation for today. I apologize if I made mistakes during my presentation. Thank you for your attention.